So finally, the fourth general elections in 4 years finally are over. Sánchez Castejón won again with the Socialist Party, but lost a lot of seats in Congress in the process. The People's Party, the most corrupt party in Europe, won a few more seats than the ones they previously had. Vox, the extreme right party, has almost doubled his presence in Congress, becoming the third political force in Spain, kicking Ciudadanos out from that position to 5th place. So some of the highlights of this election are that the most progressive parties lost presence and strength in Congress in comparison with the extreme right party becoming more powerful in Congress. And right now you might be wondering,
but Adrián, since when Spain has become so racist?
To be honest with you, those who voted fascism are the ones who always were fascist. The difference is that they didn't have any representation in Congress before. They didn't become racist all of a sudden. The thing is that they feel they don't have to hide it anymore, kind of what's happening in the US with Trump as president. You will recognize these people because they're the ones who start the sentences with,
I'm not racist, but I'm not homophobic, but I'm not used to drink that much.
We have to regret the big kill fatality of this election, Albert Rivera, the leader of Ciudadanos party, that before this election was the third force in Congress and which leader once was speculated he could become the president of Spain. Albert was a pioneer, I have to give him credit for that. He taught other parties how to make a living in politics by throwing shit to Catalonia. The only thing is that in his farewell speech, he quoted Obama with this sentence.
Y decía el presidente Obama, si para ganar tienes que dividir a la gente, vas a tener un país ingobernable.
Literally, he has made a living out of dividing society. His main strategy in politics was to throw shit on everything Catalan, dividing society. Language, culture, traditions, and even the Catalan anthem. Farewell, Falangito, you won't be missed. So right now, the Spanish president, and due to the loss of power in Congress, has to work out a deal in order to form a government. You want to hear something funny Miquel Dancing Queen Iceta said the other day? Yeah? Well, he said that he prefers a more progressive government than a conservative one, because that would mean that he had to reach an agreement with the extreme right parties. So it's up to them to make Pedro president, because either way, Vox. You know how that bullshit sounded to me? To me, it sounded just like this.
Alright, guy, I'm just gonna do this. Hop, 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 hop. And if you get eaten, it's your own fault. Hop, 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 hop. No! Oh! Oh! Oh, the hell with it.
But guys, not to worry, the EU has spoken and has demanded Spain to form a government as soon as possible. And so they did, as good servants obey their masters, fast and diligent. This Tuesday, Sánchez Castejón reached a pre-agreement to form a more progressive government. And speaking of the EU and its shit tons of hypocrisy, when they were asked about the rise of the extreme right parties in Spain, those motherfuckers said,
Nous ne sommes jamais inquiets lorsque les gens votent. C'est la démocratie.
Ooh la la, c'est la démocratie. So according to them, there's nothing to be worried about, right? It's not like never before some fascist dictator reached power by democratic elections, like, I don't know, for example in Germany. Yeah, you're probably right, there's nothing to be worried about. So to hell with European values about fighting hate politics, right? Why aren't you worried about those elected AMPs who weren't allowed to take their seats? So you're willing to let the extreme right parties rise up in Europe rather than allowing peaceful democratic elected leaders to take their seats and do the job they were elected to do, just because they want the region to become an independent state within the EU, don't forget that. Thankfully, not everything is rotten in the EU. Its Kurd advisor slapped it really hard with his full open hand to Llarena's face, as he said that the MEPs secured the mandates solely from the electorate and not by any subsequent formality. Like, for example, having to go to Spain to swear shit. That means there's no reason at all why Carles Puigdemont, Toni Comín, and even Oriol Junqueras couldn't act as elected representatives. That means that Spain has imprisoned an elected MEP with diplomatic immunity. But there's a bright side on this election because besides all the inconveniences against them, censorship, violence, bullshit, accusations, condemns, detentions. The independentist parties won strength in Congress. Now the independentism has more representation in the Spanish Congress than ever before. So besides all those fake-ass polls about being more Catalans feeling Spaniards than independentists, the violence and the repression, rather than having an open dialogue, all that shit just to make us more powerful in Congress. Pedrito, you're a fucking genius. Those are the facts. Not beliefs, but actual proven facts. And if anything I said in this video bothers you in any way, you can go ahead and suck it. And before I finish this video, I would like to share something personal with you guys. I really enjoy making those videos for you guys, I really do. But they require a lot of my time, and my time is vital since I'm a freelancer. But rather than ask you for money through platforms like Patreon, I'm thinking about selling t-shirts like this one I made. I will sell it on demand, so if you guys want one, just contact me through my Facebook page, which link is on the description of this video down below. I will be making more designs soon so you guys can choose. Thank you for your support, guys, I really appreciate it. Ara més que mai, orgullós del meu poble. Orgullós de ser català. Ni un pas enrere. Presos polítics, exiliats, CDRs, us volem a casa. Visca Catalunya lliure. Europe won a few more seats than the ones they previously had. Becoming the third political party. The third political force. The third political force in